Take it easy to start with. The track's wet.
The 1998 McLaren MP4-13. What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we're back again for another round of the MRL F1 Classics League. We're here for round number 10 at the Monaco Grand Prix. Here's a reminder of the championship standings. So Fens has got the lead over X still at the moment. We're currently, I think, P7 in the championship. I think so, but anyway, you probably would have seen it there on your screen. So, as you see, we're here as we cross the pit lane, actually coming out of the pit lane. But like I mentioned, we are in the 1998 McLaren, and we're doing it around the iconic streets of Monaco. And, well, it is absolutely hammering it down right now, as you can see, around the streets of Monaco, as Jim Chargers goes slamming into the wall there at Casino. I think he just had a bit of a moment. Maybe turned it a little bit too early there around the Casino anyway. But Michi is now out of qualifying as well. So a lot of people getting affected by the wet conditions as there's his car off to the right there. Jim, excuse me, is now also out of qualifying. Looks like he's done it under the tunnel section. But I'll pause if there's any replay footage from the other guys that while you see me struggling around disqualifying. Going to give you a little history lesson of, as always, that I do with all the F1 Classic cars. So obviously, McLaren MP4-13. It obviously debuted in 1998 in Australia. Designed by Neil Oatley, not sure exactly who he is, but the one guy you should all well and truly know by now, does a phenomenal job at Red Bull, is Adrian Newey, who of course joined the team from Williams back in 1997, pretty much the year before. But he did wonders with this car. It is a Mercedes-Benz V10 engine, as you can see me doing my absolute best to save the car coming through those first couple of Beau Rivage and up to Massenet sort of thing. But also in this car, you got only 6-speed gearbox as well back in those days, and he had the Bridgestone tyres as well, and the Mobil 1 fuel. Aero design on this car, which of course Adrian Newey is well known for, is the most efficient one for the whole season, I believe, and Mercedes produced the most powerful engine for that season as well. And obviously had great battles with Ferrari's F300 during that season. I think, from memory, obviously Michael Schumacher would have to be driving one of them. I'm not sure who the other one was. Could have been Eddie Irvine. I'm not really too sure. But here's a replay, just ducking off a little bit off the history lesson and looking on board with Penske. Now, obviously, Penske is sort of a well-known pad player here, but you can see he's sort of really struggling a lot with his wet conditions. It's sort of hard to get the power down a little bit on these cars, because if you go way too early on the power, you can easily put yourself in the wall there, and you'll be able to see in a second what happened to Michi. He's gone, I think, a little bit too deep coming through, I think the pool chicane there, and yeah, that was how his qualifying session ended, as Penske getting a little bit bit of oversteer there coming through Casino. And now it's just taking his time through. He has a slide and goes slamming into the wall, and pretty much has now decided to go backwards at this point. So, I mean, at this point he's trying to do a bit of a flick spin, but that certainly hasn't worked at this point in time. So I think he's sort of given up the ghost of trying to do the flick spin, and is just going to reverse the rest of this track. So, not sure if I agree on that one, because you probably won't be able to see much from behind, but just going to let Conrad Straight go through here, and I think he's going to back that up here. There you go. Re-straighten the car and literally park it right there in that tyre barrier at Portier by the looks of things. It's also just letting a few guys go through and are back on the way he goes. But yeah.
Okay, with conditions as they are, I'd suggest you take a set of full wets. Yeah, we're still on the full wet tyres. Neon's currently leading the way with a 133.7, I think it... No, hang on, what is it? Sorry, 133.1, I should say. May just give it away one of the times there, but what else we got? Also, during the 1998 season, David Coulthard sort of recorded
the speed trap, the highest of all of the 1998 cars, I should say, get my words out in a second. It clocked at 353 kilometers an hour, or 219 miles an hour at the old Hockenheim circuit. Of course, it is way, way different today to what it was back then in 1998. Obviously, the newer part you don't see, you didn't see back then in the late 1990s. But like I said, I've probably already given you a little indication of who drove the car. Well, of course, one of them was the Scotsman in David Coulthard, and the other one was a well-known, probably a legend now in Formula One as well. And one of the couple of Finnish drivers, I think, that made the F1 grid. But Mika Häkkinen, what more can you have to say about this, guys? We have a little bit of lock-up through La Rascasse there. But obviously, the car took part 16 races, the 9 wins, 12 poles, 9 fastest laps. I sort of had to work it out how many podiums, but it turned out to be 20 podiums, 7 DNFs. There was a bit of a reliability issue with this car along the way as well, so I found out. But between the two of them, Mika had 8 wins compared to David's 1 podiums. Mika had 11 podiums. DC only had 9. Mika got the most poles with 9, and DC with 3. And the only one that DC actually won was he got more DNFs compared to Mika Häkkinen. So that's probably one thing he wouldn't want to have on his CV. But anyway, also that season, Mika Häkkinen went on to win the Drivers' Championship in 1998, and also McLaren took the Constructors' Championship as well. The first time that McLaren had actually won the Drivers' Championship since 1991 with the late great Ayrton Senna, and it was also the most successful season as well for McLaren since the peak of when the Prost-Senna feud went in the 1989 season. So it was very, very dominant that season alone. So yeah, there you go. There's a bit of a history lesson of this McLaren, 1998 McLaren. So anyway, we're just on a bit of a flying lap here. I think this is actually going to be my fastest lap of qualifying, I believe. So we'll stick on board with this. We're actually going a little bit purple here in sector 1, going about 1.160 ahead, I think. Yeah, we are. So we are in purple. We had a little bit of an issue with, obviously, Cosmic Robbie. I don't know whether he had just had an off at turn 1 or something, but it was really right on the racing line and sort of screwed me a little bit here. So there's a bonus with the wet weather conditions. Obviously, minus what happened earlier with, you probably saw with the front wing damage. You can do many laps around this circuit anyway, as Neon now extends it a bit further. I think he's in the 32s as we hit the wall a little bit there. Just getting in the power a little bit.
Replacing if it takes too much damage.
Getting on the power a little bit too early, I should say. As now Deal goes to the top. We're literally sliding through this chicane past the pool section. And now it's coming up into La Rascasse. Sizing it up pretty well here. But it was tricky to get the power down, especially in the wet weather conditions. But I think the wording was that the race was going to be dry. So that's a positive thing. So I may have set the car up a little bit for dry conditions, but I don't know really what more you could change, really, because I mean it is the streets of Monaco. Anything's possible. So we're currently P6, as you saw then. We set, where did we? Is it there?
30 seconds left in the session.
1:33. Hang on, let me get this right in a second. Where is it here? It's 1:33.315. There we go. So this puts us in obviously P6 at the moment. I decided to obviously continue on, obviously, because this was going to be probably the final run that I was going to do in this quali session. And I probably thought I'd have a bit more pace to get up to the front runners. So maybe I could try this now. Conrad Straight's actually got the provisional pole. Legendary Steve Bingham. So hopefully maybe we could join him a little bit further up in the table, or not the table, but on the graphic. We have a little moment coming through into the Novell chicane, and pretty much had no choice but to cut the chicane as well. While we were pretty much, I think, 3.5 tenths or more up, nearly coming through to sector 2. So in the end, I sort of aborted that lap anyway. And just, yeah, that was pretty much, fortunately, I was qualifying done and dusted. So decided to let, obviously, Cosmic Robbie go through. Don't know whether we could have, how high we would have been, but to this Cosmic Robbie, obviously hitting the wall coming out of Larascas there. It's quite easy to do if you obviously don't get on the power a little bit too early, as we just did just then, and coming across the finish line to the damaged front wing there, and there's Penske's car off to the left there, you would have seen, so he's obviously finished it off in style. Conrod's just slammed into the wall there, coming through at the back. Don't know whether he's actually still on the fly here, but it looks of things probably not, but he's literally giving it his all. He's probably the last one left to do a lap as he comes way, way too hot into Larascas, and I think that's his lap pretty much done, and he comes slamming into the pit wall and into the pits. So that was certainly an interesting quality session. As you can see, Penske's car was obviously damaged. There he is, just facing the wrong way. So I think he had a mate there with possibly Cosmic Robbie. I'm not really, can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, that was the qualifying session done and dusted, unfortunately. So I don't know where exactly we would have gone here, but in the end, it is Conrod that's going to get pole. First pole for him, I believe, at a 32.234. Obviously, got Dill there as well in P2 to Neon. Poms to the win, Cosmic, Robbie, Matt, and then myself. Then you got Fens, Kiowas, Penske, rounding out the guys that have already set lap times, and pretty much everybody else you saw there did not set a lap time at all. But heading into the race, should be an interesting one.
Don't go overly aggressive into turn 1. There'll be a lot of heavy braking, and the cars will be extremely close together.
Can certainly get chaotic around Monaco. Obviously, welcome to the grid for round number 10. Like I said, fine weather conditions. It's pretty much going to be a no-stop around here, so we're all set for round number 10 of MRL. 5 red lights. Let's do it on around the streets of Monaco, and it's a fairly average start, I must say. That Fen's got a ripping start there. He's already made a couple of spots there. As Penske goes around the outside here, had no choice but to cut the first corner out there. So now just got to try, and maybe they have lost a couple of spots already. So now just got to try settle back down and try and catch back up to these guys. We can pretty much just go flat attack for this whole race. Like I said, no stop, especially unless people get damaged or whatnot. But Penske goes straight up the inside of Matt there. Of course, Matt is sort of well known a little bit for the lag, and you'll probably see it a little bit. It's a bit glitchy on my side as well. It was, it's still, my internet was still playing up a little bit here, so hence why it's probably glitching a little bit. But Penske up the inside there of Matt, and he gets that done at Portier. Now we're going to see if we can size him up here going into the Noble chicane. Somehow his car is literally going through underneath the ground there. Some unknown reason. I don't know whether that's a glitch or not. But Fens has spun it at the Noble chicane, so he's obviously hit the inside wall there with the left rear. I assume it with the left rear with the way he spun around. But yeah, like I said, it's quite easy to do with many places around here. You can easily touch the left rear like Noble chicane, or here at Larascas, and obviously get the car spun around. But Cowboy's now out of obviously the Grand Prix as you saw then. And now we're on to lap 2 now, still chasing on behind these guys, and the leaders probably have started to pull away a little bit. I think we're sort of in our own battle group here. You can probably see the top 5 are probably on their own. Then it's us guys with Penske sort of leading the group with Matt and Mitchie not far behind, and there's probably a few others as well. But to go have a little bit of a lag moment there with Matt there. So I was sort of a bit stunned there, so I decided to let both Mitchie and Fens go through there. Because I literally do not know what the hell happened. Whether that was Matt's internet or my internet, I honestly do not know. So, but anyway, we continue on as Fens has a look up the inside of the Noble chicane on Mitchie. Not really doing much there, but sort of barged Mitchie out of the way and trying to get on the power. It's a little bit difficult, like I said, around here. So, but Mitchie obviously had to shortcut the chicane and went straight ahead. But it was some yellow flag action a bit behind as well. But it looks at things as Fens is sort of ghosting in between us, sort of thing. But now Fens is obviously pulled into the pit, so he must have got front wing damage from that little incident with Mitchie. And now we'll cut on to lap 3. Here's a bit of a caution flag here as we make a big error coming up into Mirabeau here. We'd nearly done a Nico Rosberg in 2014 in real life, but trying to get it back home. Again, we spun the car and literally just trying to get back on the the gas then probably went a little bit too early. But Neon has also spun around just out of the exit of Mirabeau there. So, not sure exactly what happened there with Neon. But anyway, he's dropped down the order now. And he was fighting, I think, with the top guys, especially since he qualified pretty well. As there's, I believe that's my first quarter cut of the race. So I could be completely wrong. I might have missed some one along the way. But anyway, we're pretty much...
The car behind us has significant damage to its front wing and will be losing downforce.
That was the wording about laggy behind, so he's obviously got a bit of front wing damage somewhere along the line. Here's a replay now from the start with this Penske's view. So see Penske going, threading the needle around the outside around me. So and now obviously he's trying to. You probably would have seen this earlier, but decided to include this one just to show you what it was like on the onboard footage with Penske and Matt. So. See Matt trying to put a bit of pressure there on Fens, but nothing really doing there. As sort of has a little look up the inside, and you can sort of say it's barging out of the way, but it might be a little bit of a lag desync moment there. So around the outside, just giving each other enough room. He's still going up the inside here is Penske. I think he finally gets it done now. So as you would have seen earlier on, that puts Penske up into position 7. In this race, and continuing on through the final couple of corners, Loras Cass and what's this one? Anthony Nodes. There's Matt trying again to get the move done here on Penske. Penske covering, of course, down to turn 1. He's always up for a bit of a battle here is Penske. So, and like I said, I had prime view of all this that was going on in front. So. Penske running a little bit wide, coming through Massenet there. But somehow managing to hang on for now. Probably more suited to the dry conditions compared to the wets. But now coming through. And, that was a little bit of a moment there with Matt that nearly spun him around. But I'm not sure exactly what caused that one, whether someone behind did or not. But there's Neon. So he did go up the escape road at Mirabeau, but tried to get back going again, but just got on the power too early, like me, and just sort of slammed into the wall there. Is really unfortunate. Penske sliding his way through the chicane after the pool section. Then Matt sort of gave him a little touch up there, so but somehow I don't think that both of them got away with damage. So but anyway, back we go to battle here in front. It's lap 4. I think that's. The TPR Edge is one of them. I think Chimchar is possibly another one. I still believe Conrad is still leading the way, so he's possibly looking on track for possibly his first win for the first time I've ever seen him win. So whether he's won in any league race or not, I don't know. But we get our first time penalty there, so 3 seconds time penalty. We are still, I think, using regular corner cutting, but. I think, anyway, I'm not really too sure. But Penske again getting a slam up the rear end by Matt, which obviously puts him in the wall and gives him more front wing damage. Well, a lot more this time compared to having no front wing damage before, but didn't quite get away with it. Cosmic Robbie's now out of the Grand Prix. Probably would have seen as well that TPRH did come into the pit lane. I think it may have been for damage. I'm not really too sure, but anyway. We're about to come up to the scene of where this yellow flag incident is. There's Cosmic Robbie off to the right there. So I'd say probably got on the power too early or coming out of Portier and just slowly slamming into the wall as Chimchar absolutely misses the Novell chicane. It's a little bit cheeky, I must say, for Chimchar. But now as we do the exact same thing coming through the chicane after the pool section. And now we're sort of trying to chase after Chimchar a bit here. I think we've got Fens catching us a little bit as well, but sort of lose a bit of momentum there to Chimchar. But we do somehow set the fastest lap of the race. I still don't know how, but an 18.867 wasn't really the quickest one anyway, but it felt good to have the fast lap until V-Fens obviously had to go and steal it with a 17.802. So obviously didn't last too long, but back we go to this battle again with Penske and Matt. This was it for P4, I think, and P5. They're still battling away, those two. Matt with looked like he got really close to Penske's gearbox there, but now coming through here as Penske gets a bit more front wing damage just coming out of that chicane after the pool section. So he's going to come into the pits. No, decides to continue on. Considering, like I said, it's a no-stop race, so Matt's going to try around the outside line here. That's not really an ideal spot around here, around Monaco, but a little bit sideways there. I'm not sure whether there was a tag or not. You probably would have heard the sound if there was, but anyway, still battling away, trying to catch up with Chimchar, but get another time penalty, so it's not really helping my cause at all here, but we do set the fastest middle sector time as we just get the wall a little bit of a slam there, so and get another corner cut warning there, so I'm still really pushing on at this stage as we think we're going to see another corner cut. We do set a personal best at an 18.136, but lap 7 back again with this battle with Penske and Matt. This is just a non-stop battle, but obviously Penske's really struggling with the front wing damage, so he's got to cover the inside line here at the Noble chicane. Just manages to do so, and just hangs on for now. So could be a bit of chaos happening. Is a Chimchar again on lap 7 cuts the Noble chicane out big time there. So I do not really know what's going on there, but now cuts the chicane after the pool section there. So don't know what on earth's going on there, whether he wasn't feeling comfortable at all with his car or not, or whether he's just taking the piss, I don't really know. But again, cutting the corner at the Noble chicane. I assume he would be getting a lot of penalties for that. I'm not really sure, but just trying to chase after him here. We have lost a little bit of ground there. I think someone has obviously got lapped back up between Casino and Mirabeau, but Chimchar again on lap 9. Starting to catch up a bit more cars. This Neon's obviously now out of the race. I think he's pitted and retired. I think he's a bit further down the order. As a virtual safety car has come out because of that. So yeah, that certainly threw a little bit of a curveball in. You're pretty much nearly half race distance so far. So not really looking at making a pit stop at all. But Chimchar battling away here with Kiowas. But again, he cuts the chicane. So it's starting to get a little bit ridiculous right now, and I think I was telling the guys I was with in the party chat that it was starting to become a bit ridiculous there with Chimchar cutting the corners, but now we're chasing after Kiowas here for position 8, so he's looking good to get some more points here after obviously the podium last time out in Britain. But Chimchar didn't have the greatest of run in here, and Kiowas just moves out to the left there and just lets me go here. I mean, I probably would have put up with a little bit of a fight, but obviously Kiowas didn't feel like he had the pace compared to me. But so thank you to Kiowas for that one. As Laggy now sets a 1:16 lap time anyway. But there's a bit more drama going on here, and again it's still going on with Penske and Matt. And it's literally still going on. Penske's now into the wall. I think Mitchie may have got something damage there as he's pulled off to the left. There's one now up in the P6. Matt's now up in the P4 and Chimchar obviously in the P5. Now, here we go again through the Noble chicane. Is he going to do it again? Yes, he's going to do it again. So, he was getting literally sick of it at this point. I just wanted to get past Matt, or I'll get past him as quick as I could. But here's a replay of what actually happened. So this was pretty much after the virtual safety car. So it was a little bit of a touch there, coming through the Lowe's hairpin there. So that was the previous lap before. And now on board with Mitchie 950, having a look up the inside, gives him a little touch. Does Mitchie coming through, and Raskas there, and just managing to hold on as you saw there, Chim's having a little moment here. But this is the lap we pretty much want to see, I think, with what occurred. Oh my goodness me! It's all literally going on here, and as I don't really think Penske was actually too thrilled with that. So he gives Matt one back, and Mitchie gets caught up in all this. So literally, there's no front wing left for Penske. He nearly slams in again into Mitchie, which would have been a little bit awkward there, but that was just getting a little bit silly now. As now Penske comes into the lane to get his repairs done. I think Mitchie's also come in as well. So a new front wing and a new set of tyres. And you should be right to go. Yep, there he goes. So nice stop again from the pit crew. Here's a replay on board with Mitchie, so he would have had a bird's eye view of all of this. Now coming through Mirabone now, so don't know, could be a little bit of a desync moment because, again, Matt's sort of known for the lag. I've mentioned that many a times, but Mitchie did get a little bit of front wing damage from that, but obviously Penske gave one back and made his front wing even more worse. Just decided to pull off to the side of the road and let everybody go. And would be surprised if Chimchar got a bit of front wing damage as well, but and obviously let Fens go as well. But now lap 12, we're still trying to close in here on Chimchar. We've got Fens not far behind, but it looks like Chimchar's sort of struggling a little bit here. Trying to get a good run here through the tunnel section. He's sort of going through the track again down the bottom, but it's still another weak glitch there. But this time Matt goes straight through the chicane, and Chimchar absolutely misses the chicane here. So now he's got to try and I think get past Matt as quick as he can. It's starting to get a little bit ridiculous with his internet connection, but the Chimchar's had a moment through the pull chicane and he's out of the Grand Prix. So it's not ended well for Chimchar, unfortunately. So obviously it's a very unfortunate for him. He gets another DNF, so that puts up into P5 as we get another time penalty. So this is definitely not helping our cause. I was sort of hoping that a few other guys would get time penalties as well. But now it's trying to catch up to Matt here. Try to see if we can pass him on lap 13. So well and truly over half race distance now. But Matt was showing some pretty good pace at the moment. And yes, albeit his lag was not helping my cause. But you see Fens is really starting to catch up as well after what occurred earlier. But Matt looks like he's cut the chicane, like many other people have done it already. But he's still lagging all over the place. I was trying to look everywhere I could to get a move done up the inside here, but Matt was having none of that. So just biding our time here, just waiting for something to happen here, just to see whether there was a mistake or whatnot. So he goes, look up the inside here, give a little bit of a touch there and nearly lose a bit more of our front wing and get a little bit sideways coming out of the final chicane. And at this point I decided to let Fens go here. Again, probably more to get away from the bit of a lag instead, but also I think mainly just to have a go at Matt and see if he can try and get past him. Again, one sort of like you can say one lag error against another. Well, both these guys are sort of known for their poor internet connection. So let's see how this one ends out. So we've got pretty much a bird's eye view of this one. So Fens is really all over the back of Matt here. He's probably going to try have a look here up probably the Nobel chicane. So we go through the tunnel section here now. These guys are really starting to pull away here. Another look up the inside there, but Matt sort of covers and the inside, inside line there. And Fens gets a good run coming out of the Nobel chicane here through to the back. Now there's a little bit of contact between the both of them. Unfortunately, we've got caught up in all that. Now we've got front wing damage. So we've gained a couple of spots because of that up into P4. But yeah, it was sort of inevitable that was going to happen. But I was thinking about coming into the pits, but I thought, you know what, it's only about 5 laps to go here. May as well try and stick it out here and see what we can do. So we got, obviously, Kyle was behind here. Got another corner cut warning there, but funnily enough, I think Fens may have got away with it. But yeah, I was trying to get a bit of an update behind it. Yeah, the radio is not really good underneath the tunnel section there, so yeah, I was really struggling through Louis Chiron chicane there. A couple another obviously corner cut warning. So Monaco is well known for its corner cutting. There's there you go, another time penalty there. So and Fens has obviously got by Kyle was there behind me as well. So I wouldn't think it'd be too long before he gets me here. So trying to sort of hang on for dear life here. I know I've got a lot more penalties. I'm not sure exactly how many Fens had. He probably would have heard in the mess. We have a little slide coming out of there, and I initially probably thought that Fens probably tagged me, but I'm not really sure about that one. I'll let you guys and girls decide that one, because I was a bit unsure. Was it a desync incident, or whether that was just my own mistake in getting on the power too early? But obviously now I have no front wing, so I definitely now have to come into the pits. Obviously lost the spot to Fens and of course now the Kiowas. So now you can sort of say we're just trying to get some points anyway to finish off this race anyway. So we're going to dive it into the pit lane here. We've got a bit of a fair gap behind. There's still only 11 runners here at the Monaco Grand Prix. So we're going to dive in here and obviously get that front wing change. Someone else was in the lane as well. I think it may have been Laggy person. I think that's probably him up a bit further up the road. But
Release.
it's going to be really close here actually between Penske and myself. Because there's yellow flag action. They're sort of on the front straight here, and you'll be able to see why. I think Penske's going to go floating past here. But Matt has sort of parked on the exit of the pit lane. So I don't know what's happened there. Maybe he's just spun it coming out of the pits, got the tail too early.
Was 20.4. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Yeah, it wasn't really going to help my cause as well, as Matt actually got disqualified for blocking the pit lane or going the wrong way, one of those things anyway. So
they have a time penalty of 15.
Oh, Penske, that was a nice slide coming out of the pool chicane there. Sorry, the chicane past the pool section there. I think that was more of an update for Mitchie behind. I think possibly, because I think Penske's only got 3 seconds worth of penalties. I think Mitchie's got 15 seconds. So maybe a possibility of getting a few decent points, but at this point, as you saw then with Laggy setting the fastest lap of the race with a 16.6, so I was sort of keen and maybe trying getting something from this race. So I tried going for the fastest lap of the race. We're going to go on board the final lap here in the streets of Monaco through turn 1 at Saint-Devote. Fairly cleanish run through there. Now up by Rivage, where we struggled a lot in qualifying in the wet, so getting right really nice and tight up the wall, close to the wall there, through Massenet and the Casino Squares. Conrad has actually gone on to win the Monaco Grand Prix, so that's his first league racing victory. So, and we're up by about 0.3 of a second here. I was in the same party chat as Penske, and he was sort of saying like if I went a bit quicker than him, he was going to let me go. That's what he did. So I was literally just giving it my all here just to try and get the fast lap of the race. Now through the tunnel section we go, sizing up the Noble chicane here, trying to get a nice run through here. It's relatively okay, I must say, but now coming through to back now, move through sector 2. We're only about 9/10,000ths of a second, I think it is. Or yeah, 9/1000ths of a second off sort of our personal best, but he's going to come around Anthony knows now. We're going to come across and finish in P7 on the racetrack, and we set a 17.246, which wasn't quite enough in the end to get the fast lap, but hey ho, try my absolute best. I think Mitchie actually ran out of fuel coming across the line, and Penske's pretty much in the exact same spot he was at the end of qualifying. It's the same thing at the end of the race. So yeah, what could I say? I think literally we were all in shock that Conrad had actually won a league race. Like I said, I don't know whether he's actually won any sort of league race before. In all my time of racing in the leagues with Conrad, I've never seen him win a race, but it doesn't mean anything. He could have won something in the past. You never know. But anyway, you're getting a few more rewards up to rank number 24. So there's the results. So Conrad wins from Palms to the win and Dill. There's 1, 2, and 3. Fens finished up in P4. Laggy, as I said, got fastest lap and P5. Kai was finished up in P6. Pretty much, I think, only one of us that didn't get a time penalty. But Penske did get us for P7, so we dropped back to P8. Obviously getting more penalties than Mitchie and TPR Edge running at the 10. And you got the rest there, all pretty much DNFing, and obviously Matt getting disqualified for the little pit lane exit. But anyway, here's the championship standings now. So there's now a 3-point gap between Fens and Dill. So Dill sort of closed the gap a little bit. Conrad, with that win, has gone up into P3. Obviously, Greek, you're probably wondering where the heck he's been. He's moved back to reserve. I think I've mentioned that a few rounds back that he moved back to reserve. But somewhere, I think we're P7 on this championship table. So, yeah, it's relatively okay there. But, yeah, we just got to... Yeah, it was a fairly okay race. But we'll move on from that one, and we'll move to the next race. So if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Just leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more MRL F1 Classics on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. All my social media links will be down in the description. Plus, I'll leave a link down below to the Motorsport Racing League the website where you can go sign up and whatnot. I think they're getting close to doing a couple of other leagues as well on sort of other games. I think Project Cars 2 sort of been mentioned, but the next round is going to be, I think, Abu Dhabi in the 1995 Ferrari, which unfortunately I can't be here for that. I can't be there for that one because I'm going to be away. So next time I'll be racing is probably going to be in the McLaren 1976 or 1972, it might be 76 McLaren around Austria. So until then, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.